This is the 2024 AIME I problem 5. We're given rectangles ABCD and EFGH, which have D, E, C, and F all as collinear. Also, A, D, H, and G all lie on a circle. If BC is equal to 16, so let me start labeling that. So BC is 16, which means AD is 16. AB equals 107, which means DC equals 107. FG equals 17 and EF equals 184. What is the length of CE? CE is basically AB or CD minus this little section over here. So we definitely need to going to find that, right? Most likely when we end up solving for CE, we need to find this small section and then subtract that from 107. So let's call that X. And we'll just keep that on the side now in case we need to use it later. Also, A, D, H, and G all lie on a circle. What does this mean? This means that let's take any random point, right? Let's put it over here. The distance, so this distance, obviously it doesn't look accurate, but this distance equals this distance, which is equal to, okay, this is horrible, but this distance and this distance. So right now, obviously it doesn't look that way, but we know that they all have to be equal. So how can we make that happen? Well, let's look at it on a case by case basis, right? So, not really a case by case basis, but we know it has to be equidistant from G and H. So, it'll have to be like along this line over here, right? Right down the middle. So, it'll have to be somewhere along there. So, okay, that's useful. Now, what about this? If it's equidistant from A and D, it'll have to be somewhere along this line. So it'll end up being right there. Right, this way it's between A and D this way, and it's between H and G this way, which means it's right in the middle. And now, so now if you look at it, so this height here, this is 8. When we do this, this part will be 92. So this 92 over here, it's like pretty small, so it doesn't clarify it, but this is 92, and then this extra part is X. So we can't forget about that. So that X has been, as we predicted earlier, it is going to end up being used. So we can't forget that. So this total length then is just 92 plus X. Let's give it a name. Let's call it Y. Where things get interesting are when we look at YD and YH. What's let's start right here. YH equals YD. This means that 92 squared, by just using the Pythagorean theorem, 92 squared plus 17 and 8, so this entire height is 25, plus 25 squared is equal to, and now over here what do we get? It works out very nicely. 92 plus x squared, which is going to, you can probably guess what's going to happen there, and then plus 8 squared. Okay, so let's see what we can do here now. Well, you can see, right, 92 squared. This is going to give us 92 squared, which will cancel out with that, plus 184x. So let me start writing this actually. 184x plus x squared, obviously, plus 8 squared. And now let's see, we need to now solve for x, and it is a pretty big number, right? It's not looking too easy to work with. So let's see if we can't simplify that a bit. Okay, so we have x squared plus 184x, and now we have a minus, okay, minus 25 plus 8, and I think you'll see where I'm going with this. 25 minus 8, so this is 17, that's prime. This is 33. So let's see, this is 3 and 11. So what works? What can we do over here? Well, what is 11 times 17? That will be 187. 187 and then 3. 187 minus 3 works out to be 184. So it's a bit of guess and check, but it works out nicely. So we have x plus 187 times x minus 3 equals 0. Obviously, x is not going to be negative 187, right? So x equals 3. And if x equals 3, remember, oh, well, now we're done. Now we can ignore all this circle stuff. If x equals 3, what is CE equal to? C is equal to 107 minus 3. So the answer is 104. And that's it. So it was mainly about visualizing it and drawing this thing. And then it's just one simple equation which you solve, get the answer, and then it's instantly done from there. So I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. Thank you so much for watching.